Hello guys, Mithyc here, and welcome to another Medieval 2 commentary with an extremely mediocre microphone. Today we are actually going to be looking at a Crusade siege, which I have been trying to set up for the past day and a half, and it was really annoying because people would just leave and then restart because no one wants to watch a battle where a fourth of the players leave. It's Crusade Siege, so we're fighting on the map Palm Beach with the Middle Eastern Castle, level 2, because, well, I like the crossbows that it has. Where are they? I need to see a crossy bow. It's more of a ballista. It's not showing here. But, I am playing with my friends. So you can see here, he's playing as the Turks, I am playing as Egypt, and we are fighting England and Sicily. Now this battle has an extremely unnecessarily long bombardment phase. I mean, they're just shooting at our walls for like 30 minutes. So I'm going to speed this up because when the battle does start, it starts relatively fast. So me and my ally, when we get to our deployment phase, because you have to wait for the attackers to deploy first, decided that I would fight Sicily over here, and that he would fight England over here. So once we get our deployment phase started, we will be switching into that. So let's take a quick look at the armies before the battle starts. So I have, from what I remember, 4 units of Desert Archers, 2 units of Nafatuns, 3 Trebuchet, because like I said in my army compositions video, it's my favorite number of Trebuchet to have. I have 4 units of Tavanneria. I think only 3 of them are upgraded, and 1's not. And I think I also have 4 units of dismounted, of Saracen Militia. They're upgraded, no weapon upgrades, just armor upgrades. And there's Trebuchet and my General's Bodyguard, early period. My ally is bringing a he's bringing a pretty small but elite force. He has a lot of Hashashim. Let's see if we can see some Hashashim. Oh, there's some Tavanneria. No, where's this Hashashim? Here's a Hashashim unit. He brought a lot of Hashashim. Brought some Janissary heavy infantry and some Janissary archers. And our opponents, starting on the Sicilian side, brought 1 cannon, a mortar, a trebuchet, built this really cool ring of defenses, a lot of crossbowmen, the arquebusiers, the Norman knights, the broken lances, some condottieri, I don't know. Let's go to the English that I can pronounce. Some longbowmen, some retinues of armored swordsmen, and demi-lancers. I was never really a fan of the demi-lancers. I mean, I guess they're good enough. They're pretty much just like English copy-paste conquistadors. So I guess I can see. Unfortunately for the English player, he couldn't see the rules. But he didn't break any, but he would have benefited greatly if he'd had any bit of artillery. Because I had level 2 defenses, and that just, I'm sure as any experienced player knows, level 2 defenses will destroy these very quickly. So the deployment phase is about over. I've got my army over here, kind of just splitting them up. I don't like putting my archers on the walls until I know that the enemy have to finish their bombardment phase, because then I know that they can't shoot down any more walls, or won't. But I just love the Middle Eastern Castle. I mean, look at this. It's so beautiful. I like these little arches right here. It's very detailed. And all the little bricks. They look so real. Oh, and And the battle has started. And I am going to start mainly by just shooting over here, but this is where the real action kicks off. Because this guy is moving up. Well, I don't get why it's not using our level 2, or it's not showing our level 2 defenses. Oh gosh, is the replay going to be out of sync? Whatever, we'll go with the flow now. There's a lot of flames being shot at this guy. Stuff is catching on fire, and people are dying. A lot of archers are getting shot. A lot of people are getting shot. It's very interesting. This is the, like I said, the earliest stage of the battle where most of the action for a long time is going to occur here. We got some archers firing. We're still at 2 times speed now. And for some reason, he starts to try to send back these towers, and we don't know why. But he just tries to start sending them back, and it's just kind of weird. It's like, why? You're already halfway to the wall. Don't try to send them back now. And well, he did, and that was a mistake because then we were able to shoot into the back of his troops. And now my allies' archers are going to start shooting his archers, which are all over the place. And these siege towers start catching on fire, and I don't know why he abandoned the rams, but my ally's defense was just killing so many of his troops so quickly. I don't think he wanted to deal with it. I mean, I don't think this guy was very experienced. Oh, I forgot to say the names, but this is Biocade 15. I don't know. I don't know why he retreated. I think he was just a little scared because one of his siege towers caught fire. But he's got these ladders up here, and it just makes no sense that he didn't try to rush with those. But he's now trying to get away with siege towers. For some reason, it didn't show the level 2 defenses, but it did keep the siege towers that were destroyed. Like I said, I think this guy got intimidated as his troops were getting shot up. Over here on the Sicilian front, not much has happened. I've just been shooting those down. He's been shooting at my walls. It's just extremely long stage of firing back and forth. And the English player just decides to try to run with what he's got. And then he's just like, I don't even know what he's doing anymore. I mean, during the battle, I was just wondering what's going on. And so my ally is waiting. My ally charges out these Janissary archers. I think this was a misclick because I think he told them to attack one of these units. By the way, this is controlled by Kurt Habeck. Egypt is controlled by me, and Sicily is controlled by Tyler123. He starts sending his Janissary archers back. And these Janissary archers have extremely good range. And if you saw my army compositions video, I also got these desert archers because they have very good range. They're pretty much the longbowmen of Egypt. And so the English army is very deterred from attacking here. So I think he's trying to now group up with his ally. Oh no, and the wall has gone down, and there goes my flaming trebuchet. Yes, fear is worse than fighting. Like, I remember just playing this battle and being like, what the heck is going on with this guy? Like, he's just moving all over the place. And it was extremely weird. It's just like, he's got these people moving over here, and then he's got over here. What siege tower just got on fire? Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, I was kind of shooting at their siege towers over here. I only hit one of their trebuchet. And they were just continuously bombarding my castle, and it got annoying. So I think now I'm going to cut for a little while and speed this up until there's a bit more action. So see you guys soon. Okay, so quick update now. The English player has realized that the the Turkish player is starting to move his troops back to here. And he was talking with me, and he said that the only way he thought he could get the English player to attack was to let him into the castle by pulling his troops back from the wall. So he's just kind of giving up this wall, and he's going to be defending the choke points here and there. And the English player has decided to split up his army, and usually I don't think this is a good idea, because he's got a force here, he's got a force over here, and I think this force is going to try to go in alone. I don't understand what he tries to do with this. My ally is trying to bait him into coming into the castle. We're still just firing back and forth on this front. My desert archers. This was also a mistake. I didn't know they were up on the wall. And my ally decided to just send some Hashishim over here, kind of as a little bit of an aid, since he noticed most of the English players' army was heading this way. And then the English player decides to try to come this way to try to fight, and he's coming in, and it's pretty, like I said, it's pretty weird what he was trying to do. It's very bunched up ladders. So he was trying to come up with some sort of idea. I don't exactly know what. My ally's just sitting here, trying to get this guy to come into the city so he can kill him. And most of the English forces just keep coming this way. So my ally moves some Janissary archers over here to try to get them up on the walls. The English player, rather than going in this way, still decides to continue going this way with most of his army. He finally decides to try to get these units onto the wall. After, I guess, a lot of deciding. You know, it's like, okay, well, I guess I can move these guys here. Pathfinding, on point as usual. And cannons from the Sicilian player. And I'm trying something sneaky. I'm going to try to send my Arab cavalry. They too have an armor upgrade, so they aren't bad. I didn't want to get Mamluks because I wanted to get the rest of my troops upgraded, knowing I don't have the best of infantry. And I've just tried all I can to try to just destroy this trebuchet. It just does not want to be destroyed. It's just dodging nearly every shot. So Turkish player, he's got his troops over here. And I've still got my desert archers here. I haven't realized it yet. And I got more desert archers that are firing over here, towards the English. And the Sicilian player has decided to start bombarding this area of the wall, I'm assuming to let his English ally in. So I decided to send a Desert Archer unit over here for this wall to try to shoot them as they were coming. And I believe there's the wall. Lots of cutscenes. A lot of walls are getting destroyed. Yeah, here we go. So my ally decides to move the Janissary archers off there. I don't know why. And I'm just sending these guys around. And my ally also sends this unit of Saracen militia over, because he sees that we have this open hole.
Defend your homes and women. Let them go no further.
And finally, the English troops are on the wall. And now they're just going to come in. I think my ally forgot about these guys, or else he would have moved them. Got the English coming in. They have a few units. Like I said, I don't know why he was splitting up his army. I think it would have been smarter if he'd kept it all together. And I'm also sending a unit of Desert Archers up here. And for a little while, I was actually conserving ammo, because these were really meant for shooting enemy troops as they came up and killing big blobs. And finally, wait, never mind. I send this unit of Nafatoons up, and well, these Desert Archers are still here. I think I moved them down. I might have forgotten to. My ally's just protecting this gap right here. Saracen militia, and I'm just over here trying to snipe these guys to death. These guys have incredible range shooting from here. It's pretty cool. Still holding the line. The English player is starting to move some troops up this way. Completely just abandoning going after these guys right here. And as you can see, there are a lot of English trying to get up on this wall. And for some reason, the pathfinding will not let them use this ladder. This ladder's closer. And if you look over here, you got my cavalry charging in. I'm going for trying to get a cavalry flank on the broken lances. However, the Sicilian player notices. So now we're about to have a cavalry battle. Heavy cavalry versus light cavalry. And so the fight starts over here, and it's pretty even. Then we have a fight where I outnumber these guys here. And it seems pretty even here, the balance of forces even. However, over here, the heavy cavalry is just getting slaughtered. My Arab cavalry just is slaughtering these guys. And then I noticed that he's sending over a unit of broken lances. So I decided to pull out my cavalry. Back over here, the fight is not very intense. Actually, I wouldn't call it a fight. It's not a fight. It's just some units. He's got his unit of 120. So I'm pulling these guys out. And I noticed they have the single unit charging forward, so I am now going to flank them. However, these guys come around and hit my Arab cavalry on the side. That's not good, because flank charges are so devastating. The English player has finally met up with his ally. Only a few units, though. He's got his main infantry body, and if you look here, my allies from Chiltern. Here, his main infantry body is actually storming the walls. And he's got longbowmen. I just don't get it. Why are you doing this? Like I said, I don't think he was extremely experienced. He's got this unit of just English knights standing here, not really doing anything, and I'm still trying to get kills with this unit. And one of the Arab cavalry units just breaks from the Demi Lancers. Still climbing, but here's some action. Got English Knights 98 versus Janissary Heavy Infantry. Who will win? I'm assuming the bigger unit. Especially since the English Knights, while they are a unit that I enjoy playing with, they just aren't that good. They just get completely slaughtered by other units. Especially swordsmen. My ally is going to send a unit of Hashashim over here to stop flanking, while his Janissaries are beating these guys. Really, we're kind of just waiting at this point because we know that the Sicilian player is going to attack. And so we're just waiting. And I noticed that these guys are being charged, and I want them to get back in the city. But they're so close, so I just decide I don't want to take the risk of losing these guys. I don't want to take the risk of them opening the gate, but then having the other guys catch up. The enemy heavy cavalry catch up. So I had to sacrifice those guys. And you got these English Demi Lancers, which just decided, you know, to take a run by my wall. Because that won't get you killed. Janissaries and Desert Archers with their little pokies out. Naphthins are still over here. I thought I remembered, you know, noticing this. Actually, probably didn't. I wasn't paying attention that much over here. I was more focused on the lots of English that were starting to swarm in and gather up. Still, he's moving tons of infantry and longbowmen onto this wall. It's getting a little crazy.
Comes unlooked for. The enemy have taken our walls.
Yeah, it's not very much of a big deal. We were kind of expecting them to. And they just charged up a unit of retinue longbows. And I like what my ally's done here on this hill. He's got his Janissaries here, and he's got these guys shooting over. But because these guys are on a lowered position, they aren't having to fire over an arc all the time. They can fire straight. So over here, I see there's a lot of English coming this way. So I send forward a unit of Tabaderia. And I got that unit of 2 Arab cavalry, which was running a little while ago. And they're just there, you know, enjoying not dying at the hands of heavy cavalry and Demi Lancers. It's like deciding to walk back and forth. It's very riveting, I can tell. I like their swords. Their cavalry swords are very cool. At this point, my ally's getting pretty annoyed. And I am too, because this bombardment phase has gone on for a while, and now mortars are starting to come down and hit our infantry. Our infantry. Why do I need to say that with emphasis? But I got this Unitarian militia running this way. And trying to just get him into another position. And I got 2 units of Tabaderia now, running out to fight this unit of dismounted English Knights. Then I decide I think the Janissaries can take him. And then I decide not to. I think this is a pathfinding bug. I really don't understand the pathfinding. Oh yeah, I remember what happened here. Yeah, I told these guys to go after here, but then when I told these guys to go here, they decided to run this way. So I'm like, stop, get over here. There's a blob of English preparing to come rush at us. These guys start to charge, so I just go and, yep, pathfinding. I tell them to attack, and they run this way. So these English are just slowly advancing, and pathfinding has decided go this way to reach your opponent. It was such a fun battle. We waited so long for this battle. For the pathfinding to literally just mess up everything. There was also a lot of lag in this game. People were taking a long time, but at this point I was just like done with waiting and trying to find a new battle. So I charged my Arab cavalry forward. To do what? I really don't know. I think probably to try to hit these swordsmen. I mean, it's just kind of a throwaway unit. And they break. So send my cavalry forward this way to try to go fight the English, get some kills, and then the Janissaries are just having a grand old time, enjoying life. And at this point, this is pretty boring. And he just sends up a cannon. I think the cannon was out of ammo. But why you would just send up a cannon to a wall really doesn't make sense. I mean, he's like, is he trying to just make sure that he doesn't miss the wall? Is what I was really thinking. And no. And then he switches over here. And I don't know what they're gonna do. It's very strange. I was like, what the heck are they doing? This isn't logical. And so I just moved this unit Saracen militia to try to hold the gap, because I realized they must have been out of ammo since they weren't firing. Over here we are driving out the English cavalry and Janissaries, getting some kills. It's fighting. Ooh, nice block. And there's a little bit of framiness. It's getting a little framey here. And yes, slice that air. That air won't kill itself. And I got more Tabateria over here trying to cut them down as they come. I wish there was an ability or a way that if you had one of your units here, it would kick down a ladder. Of course, there were limitations with the game, as always. There are limitations. And England is being very weird, and finally the enemy decided to charge. And this is finally when the battle gets interesting. I don't think the game has registered that this wall is broken yet. And I got the Nafatoons over here just. I tell them to shoot, they won't shoot. And finally they start throwing their Nafatoon pots into these guys. I guess the replay just isn't registering that this wall fell down, because what they did is pretty cool. They sat here and fired straight into our lines. It's rather annoying. You get a better example of it here. Instead, it was quite annoying, but very ingenious strategy. It got a lot of kills. And by the time we realized what was going on, it was too late to stop it. They're trying to do the same thing over here. But I stop them with my anti-archers. But I think I haven't realized they're doing that yet. And over here we have, at this point, completely destroyed England on this side. We're just cleaning up the last few longbowmen on the walls and armored swordsmen. Got these longbowmen just trying to get off the walls. And, yep, standing inside the wall is going to really help your escape. 11 out of 10 would stand on a wall again. But now the main action's over here. Nothing else much is nothing much else much. I don't know. Nothing much is happening over there anymore. And so at this point they're trying to break in, and I formed another Shotron here because my allies Saracen militia just got eaten up. And he brought some Hashishim over here, and I brought another unit of Saracen militia. Yeah, 2 Saracen militia, 2 Tabateria. And I got these archers who I think I turned fire at will off because I didn't want them wasting their ammo, and I have not fixed that yet. The Nafatoons over here I sent off the wall because they were getting shot at and I didn't want to lose them. These guys over here, however, are just sitting over here, just blowing stuff up, happy as can be. And these guys are just getting slaughtered. Like, I was so focused on the other parts of the battle, I didn't even notice that these guys were just over here getting completely destroyed. And finally I realize it, and so I start attempting to fire back at them. And at first it isn't doing much, because the Pravis, they turn their backs and they have a wall. But later I get these guys firing, and these guys can shoot directly at them at some points, I think. And my ally charged out, but he got so wounded that he just started pulling his units back. And over here, the battle is still continuing, but at this point, this was what's left of England's army. I have turned fire at will back on for these guys. And yes, England is losing. It says victory, but you have archers pouring, you got arrows just constantly going in. You're losing so many troops. And I think I accidentally told my guys to go back at one point, and we just gotta like stop it. I send a unit of Nafatoons over here to try to break the morale, and at this point I'm kind of getting a little worried because I misclicked and I didn't realize it. So they just kind of had access into the castle, and it was scary because I was like, what's happening? How did they get in? And I didn't understand it. But I realized later on that I'd accidentally told my Tabateria to not go there. But these guys still shooting over here. This, well, it wasn't destroyed till like later on in the battle, I don't think. We got Nafatoons trying to shoot down whatever's left, and I still haven't realized my mistake yet. I got my Nafatoons firing, I think. No, they're fighting swordsmen, and they seem to be doing pretty well. Let's see who will win, Nafatoon or Billman. I'm voting Billman, but this is really what destroys England's morale, are the Nafatoons. And if it wasn't for getting those Nafatoons down here, I don't think we would have beaten England. And it seems like Nafatoon did win against the Billmen. But they brought their cavalry in, so it was not good. But the cavalry decided to pull back for whatever reason. And they got their general. I think here is when I hit the general with a Nafatoon. Maybe not. No, I think it was a tower that got him.
Behold our worthless foe. See how
Yeah, there he goes.
And flees like a whipped dog.
He is running. He's running, but there's many arrows hitting him. He's attempting to get away. But will he make it? Yes, you are under attack. I'm surprised you just realized that. You're a very good general. You're just running in every general direction that you can. Let's run this way. How about going the other way? And there's just this huge break of English forces. England at this point has been nearly wiped off the battlefield. And once they lose their general, that's pretty much going to seal the deal for them. And over here, they tried to come in But I got my Tabateria and some Janissary archers that ran out of ammo, ran in to fight. As you can see, there's just a huge amount of breaking troops over here. I got these Nafatoons shooting at these guys, and that's going to cause a lot of issues. Like I said, England's just pretty much gone. Sicily, still here. My ally decides to charge out. I do not, because frankly I don't want to. So my guys decide to form Shiltron. 16 men attempting a Shiltron. And Nafatoon's still here. Oh, my Desert Archers, which it seems I never noticed. Rip. I got these Nafatoons, which are just causing tons of wavering and death and destruction in these guys. They're steady right now, but you give them a minute, and these Nafatoons are going to cause some serious issues. Yeah, shaken. I mean, just, the Nafatoons are insane. I really think 3 Nafatoons is like a max, but since some of the rules were attackers must be Christian factions and the defenders must be Islamic, I knew me nor my ally were going to spam them. So at this point, we know we have the battle under control, so we decide to charge out. And this cannon, I think he just forgot about the cannon. It wasn't doing anything. And I send my general out because I noticed there are a lot of breaking troops, and frankly, we could use some help. So, exposed archers, breaking troops, sounds like a place to get some extra kills. And I think this is definitely where I got most of my kills from, is from hunting down the breaking units. And if you look, actually, one little Arab cavalry survived to try to chase down England. One little guy. And actually, England, and I don't know how he doesn't notice these troops, but he's got the longbowmen and a relatively healthy unit of English knights. I think he just forgot about it. These guys are just running up my little Arab cavalry, sitting here, enjoying the desert. It's a beautiful desert. There's like nothing out there besides sand and a giant war zone behind you. But over here, Sicily is starting to crumble, and my general is just over here having a grand old time chasing down these guys and getting tons of kills for Egypt. And at this point, we were just slaughtering them. England's got his general, not doing much. I mean, what happened to you, England? You just kind of forgot. What is with these tiny little... Wait, what? What is that? That is not a sword. That is a dagger. That's crazy. At this point, we're just chasing down broken troops. And, I haven't noticed the, rest of England's army yet. I don't think. Right now, I'm just running around with my tiny little short swords, chasing down any unit that comes near me, because, frankly, I need kills. And still got my little Arab cavalry here who really just stand here. I don't understand how this happens. It's a trail of dead English knights. I'm assuming my Arab cavalry killed them. You got the unit of Nafatoons, which I did not notice from my ally, and they're just literally chasing these English knights to death. Very interesting. Over here, I noticed that the English general's bodyguard is still here, so I try to attack him. I don't know why I pulled back. I think I noticed these guys up here, so I'm going to try to chase them down. Sicily's still got some units. Mainly most of the fighting's over here, though. And at this point, we have so many troops just trying to finish up Sicily I don't think anyone is like, I don't think Sicily can turn this around. And frankly, they can't. So now you got the Nafatoons from my ally just chasing. They got some heavy infantry. These guys are just chasing down. I don't think my ally notices them because he totally had the chance to turn and like use his Nafatoon on these guys.
The enemy general flees like an old woman. Attack and break the will of his men.
It's very nice Egyptian advisor here. These guys are just gonna chase him to the ends of the earth. Like, when is my ally gonna realize he has an entire unit doing nothing? And these guys are still in skirmish mode. And I don't think they're at fire at will. They're on fire at will. Or else they probably would have been shooting at these guys. Run, run. Over here, like I said, it's just clean up at this point. Sicily is gone. They have like a few units left. And my general is somewhere chasing down enemy. Oh, I think they were going after these arquebusiers. He has stopped moving. Very tactical, just waiting here. And the replay finishes. The people actually admitted defeat. I wish it would show me the stats. I don't know why it's not showing me the stats. But the English player admitted defeat, and the Sicilian player admitted defeat. And I don't know why it's not showing the stats, but anyway. Hope you enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and Mithyc out.